Like a cat, I cling to my memories. Like a cat that's being thrown in the water. You know, they latch on. I don't want to forget the good memories, the bad memories, especially the memories of his hands. He had formed hands. After years of working, he had even lost these two fingers, but he had this grip. He could bend iron. I'd seen him do it. But they were also gentle. And the first time I was at a wedding, I watched him flow through the crowd, laughing and whispering and just talking to everyone, making everyone feel valued. I saw him whisper in my grandma's ear, and she swatted away a little bit. And he came to me and he said, "Do you want to dance?" And I said, "I don't know how." He said, "That's all right. I'll lead you. With my hands, I'll tell you where to go." And he did. And he twirled me through the floor. And we had so much fun. And it was just one dance. So I was up with him the night before he died. He lay across the room from me. He couldn't talk at that point. He just didn't have enough strength. So every time he moved or he shifted or he grunted, his nightmares became my nightmares. And so I'd run to his bedside and I'd grab his hand. I said, "What is it, Papa? What do you need? What can I do?" And he couldn't. He didn't say anything. He would squeeze me sometimes. And since he couldn't tell me his stories, I told him to him. I talked about my Aunt Peggy and this time when she called him to come get a snake that had cornered her in our house. She said that the snake would wrap around the house 3 times. He came right away, and she opened the door hearing him outside, and there he was, snake in hand. "Oh, Peggy, it ain't nothing but a little sneaky snake." He held it out like it was something cuddly. And then the one time that he babysat the 3 granddaughters, we were between 8 and 10, and he took us up to the barn, and he said, "All right, boys, get out." "We're not boys." He handed us hammers, crowbars, and said, "We need you to get all the nails out of this lumber." We're like, "We want to play house." He was like, "Oh, you can do that when your grandma gets home." So, and when I started tapping the nail on the pointy side with the hammer, he came and he grabbed it in one motion. He turned the board over and he just stuck the claw and just pulled up. He had 10 on his one hammer. It was his strength in his hands, and he just was so calm about it. And he said, "All right, I'll be back to get you in a little bit." And he took off on the road. And I straddled the board to pull one out, and pop, that hammer hit me right in the face. I screamed and ran. We went home. But at this point, holding onto his hand, so small and so weak, time stands still. And all I can do is think about all the lessons that he taught me. And growing up in this space of Southern America, in Alabama, in the backwoods, there's an evil there. There are a mess of demons. It's like an old tree that's dead. It's been grown up, and the roots are really deep and spread out. They're sneaky too, because they'll just trip you up when you're walking. There's a hatred that is not spoke of. It's a clear line drawn. Everybody knows it's there, but nobody will cross it. It's not one we talk about in church necessarily. It's like, it's not there, but it is. So one day I was sitting with my grandpa after he had gotten sick and gotten diagnosed. And he said, "Come on, boy, load up." And I got in the truck with him, and he had his 3 fingers on his coffee cup, and he shifted gears, and we quietly went up the road. He taught me a lot about silence and about observing stuff. He saw this little scissor-tailed sparrow that picked its own spot up on a power line. He had a way of pointing out those things. And I said, Papa, where are we going? And he said, well, I'm out of your grandma's friend, Arthur Lewis and Annie. I said, yes, sir. The black man, the one that comes over to the house sometimes, he goes, yeah, that's Arthur Lewis. He drives the red truck. I said, yeah, I know who you're talking about. He said, well, did you know he's sick? No, Papa, I didn't know that. He's real sick. He's younger than I am, and he's more sick than I am. We're going to go check on him. We're going to go say hello. And so we pull up this hill, and then there's this beautiful, luscious, green little oasis up on this hill. But the house doesn't quite match that. It's a wooden house. Some of the slats are hanging. But it gets out. And struggling, he kind of takes a breath at the end of the truck before we go in. And he doesn't even get one foot on the porch before Arthur Lewis, you could hear him yelling from inside, Bud, is that you out there? Come on in. And so we did. And Arthur Lewis was small and kind of sunken in his couch, but he had a grin that would light up the whole world. And Papa was too. He was like, what you doing good today, Arthur? And they just talked about how hot it was and about how they felt. Papa said, well, Alice has been on me about this air conditioner, or about cleaning out the carport. We have this air conditioner. Y'all wouldn't have a place for it, would you? And he said, well, Annie has been complaining about the back room. It's real hot when we go to sleep. And so if you really want to get rid of it, then we could put it back there for you. He said, all right. And since he had no strength, I went and got the air conditioner off the back of the truck. It was the cleanest air conditioner I think I've ever seen. I had never seen the air conditioner before. But I went and I put it up, and he put it in, and I handed him his tools. I didn't know what was going on. I listened to their easy exchange as they talked about life. The things that they looked forward to, the things that they hated about doctors and about sickness and pills. And after it was over, we walked outside, and he said, you mind if I show her around? She really wanted to see the chickens. And so we did, and there are chickens just running everywhere in this clover. And we talked, and they asked me about school, because I was in college at that point, and I was just wanting to catch a chicken, so I was running around, so they're laughing at me, because I never even caught a chicken. And we got back in the truck, and we went home. I didn't know how much that little trip meant to me until much later. Papa had really started to decline, and the cancer started to win over his body. We celebrated his 71st birthday. He would have been 78 this year. And I wrote the story on his birthday. And for that birthday, he pulled every piece of strength he had, and he laughed and he joked with us. And by Easter, he didn't have the strength. He sat on the porch rocking, quiet, just listening. And I moved in after that. Hospice was called in. He tried with all his strength every moment. We would hand him something to drink, desperately asking him, drink the Boost, which is a protein drink. And he would say, I don't want it, but okay. And he would try. And when his hands started to shake and he could no longer pick it up, we would pick it up for him and take it to him. One of our visits, the last exchange, I think, verbal exchange we had, he called me Alice, which is my grandma's name. He wasn't used to the pain meds, and so he was fighting for this, to be present where we were. So he would grip my hand, and I said, what is it, Mom, here? He said, I just don't know. I can't sort it out anymore. I think that was the last time I heard his voice. It just happened so fast, After he passed, he would whisper to us when the nurse would come around. 2/22/39. His birthday. That's what they asked to check his mental status, just to let us know he was still there. Now, I was home visiting my parents a year ago or so. A little red truck pulled up. I knew who it was before he got out. It was Dr. Lewis. He was a full man now, though. He looked healthy. He yelled at my dad, "Hey, Greg, how's it going?" And Daddy yelled back. And he came up and he approached me and Mama and shook our hands. And he looked at me in the eye and he said, "You're the one." "Yes, sir, I am." He said, "You came with your papa that day. You wanted to see my chickens." I said, "Yes, sir, I still can't catch a chicken." He said, "You know that air conditioner still works?" It was an easy transition. He went on to get a rooster or something. Life just kind of continues like that. But right there, the amount of just life that my grandfather and the gripping of the memories that I had done, I realized something, that I didn't have to hold on to him so much because he taught me something that lived within me. And so when you meet me, you only need a whisper of him, but a whisper of a man changed the world where I live.